Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations again. And first thing I'd like to do is thank you for purchasing this pachinko machine. Certainly appreciate it. Hope that it arrived safe and sound and everything is fine. It obviously should look like this when you get it. Um, I will have disconnected the battery during shipping. I have it reconnected here. It doesn't matter which wire goes where. They just screw in behind the white and yellow screws. Or you could just disconnect the battery up there if you're not going to use the machine for a long time. Doesn't really matter. So the power is on. Again, right now the red light is on because this switch is not being made, so that lets power go to it. So a couple of things you want to check before you put the balls in the machine. This is a maintenance item. This right here, it's a spring-loaded piece, and you want to make sure it's to the right, biased to the right rather than the left. Because it's spring-loaded, as soon as you let go of it, it jumps over to the right. So it should always be in that right position, but there, I mean, I can get it to stick, but so that's where you want it to be. What that does is it keeps these from doing that, dropping all the way. If I let them drop all the way, then all the balls that are in the machine from here back would empty out through this tube here. That's the way you get the balls out of the machine if you ever wanted to empty all the balls out of the machine. So for the time being, we really don't have to worry about that. It's more of a maintenance thing than anything else. The other thing that you want to be concerned with and make sure that it's right before you start to play is this circular area here is called the seesaw chamber, and there's a white piece of plastic in there that's basically horizontal. Right now it's tipped up a little bit. That's called your seesaw, and that seesaws as the machine works. It does this as the machine works. So it wants to be here. When a winning ball comes in, the weight of the ball tips it down. Once the ball exits, it tips back up. So that's the way it's supposed to work. If it's ever tilted down before you want to play, all you do is push up on this little plunger, and it will push that seesaw area chamber back up to where it needs to be. So again, this is the proper starting position when you get ready to load the machine with balls and so on and so forth. Okay, so loading it is easy. It's just a matter of pouring balls into the hopper, and my recommendation is anywhere from 300 to 500 balls. I don't know how many are here, probably a couple hundred, but we'll just pour them in. And it's important that you put enough balls in here to fill the hopper. In fact, if you buy 300 balls, 275 of them should go in this hopper. The vast majority of the balls you buy will go in you can fill the hopper right up. The reason being is because there's a weight shift mechanism here. Not only does it turn that light bulb off, but it also controls a mechanism that comes down here and goes out to the front of the machine. That's part of the ball handling mechanism. So what happens if you're playing and you don't replenish the upper hopper? Eventually the weight will shift, it will turn the light on, and it will change the position of this rod here. Now, if you essentially ignore it and continue to play, you'll only be able to shoot about 6 or 7 more balls, because when this changes position, it won't let any balls from the tray outside on the front of the machine down into the ball handling mechanism. So all you're going to do is use up the balls that are already in there, and then it just won't launch any more balls. So obviously that's your cue to say, hey, I need to put some balls in the upper hopper. Again, with the catch box positioned here so that it will catch balls from here and here, this will be full and your hopper will be empty, so you're just going to bring this up, dump, and you're all set and ready to continue playing. So let's swing it around. Oh, before I swing it around, here, that just opened up the chrome door that holds the plexiglass front. And then here, by lifting up on this, right here, it releases these 2 latches that would then let the entire board swing out of the cabinet. So if you were to have this mounted into a cabinet, this would stay in place, and you'd be able to swing the machine out. I can build a wall cabinet for you if you'd like. Just contact me and we can talk about that. Okay, so we'll bring this around. Now we got a good look at the front. And again, this had come open. Okay, this comes open when you press here. This drops down, and if you can see it, right there is a rod that comes from the back of the machine, and that's that rod that changes position. So right now it's up, which brings all of this stuff up. And if you notice right here, it allows this hole to be accessed and lets balls go into the machine. When this goes down, you see how it comes across and closes that? So that's why I was saying it won't let any more balls go into the machine. Okay? Okay, so right now, red light is off because we have enough balls in the machine, and fortunately a lot of all the tulips are open, which makes it a lot easier to get a win. So you just throw a handful of balls up into this tray here. This is your upper tray, your lower tray. This is an ash tray. And the first time that you activate the shooter, the shooting lever, nothing will happen. Well, it's not that nothing happens, but you won't get a ball launched. It takes one cycle to get a ball onto the launch ramp. So that's the one cycle, and then it starts to launch balls. There's a win. The light will come on, and you'll get balls come out to both trays. If this tray overflows, all the balls will come into the lower tray, or you can pull back on this, and all of the balls that are up in this tray will drop into the lower tray. You can either put them back in here or just reach over and drop them into your hopper. So again, it's just, now, there again, no skill involved in playing the game. I mean, assuming you're capable of doing this. But there is technique. So if I go all the way down and let go, it's going to travel all the way to the other side of the machine. If I go 3/4 of the way down, it didn't quite make it. There, now I've got it onto this side of the machine. So after you've played it a while, you get used to how hard you want to shoot depending on where you're aiming. If this tulip's open, obviously you want to drop the ball down on this side. If this tulip's open, you want to come over here. This little thing right there, if you hit it hard enough, it actually swings out of the way, and the ball would go down in here and come back and drop out. I don't know if I can shoot one. Yeah, it can't shoot it quite hard enough. There's not enough tension on the shooter spring, but that's what would happen. So if you see a ball go down in there, don't worry about it. That's what it's supposed to do. It ends up coming back down here. So that's pretty much the way that these guys work. I will show you that spring I just mentioned. Okay, that spring is, it runs along, it's hard to see, but it's right in here. And it's the spring that puts tension on the shooter. And over here, you see this? This has got a series of holes in it. There's a nail there. And by pulling way over like that, you would put a lot of tension on it. If you bring it back like this, you're putting not as much tension on it. So it kind of gives you an idea of where you want it tension-wise once you start to play the machine. So support-wise, I am always available by phone, email, we can do FaceTime. If you have any questions on this machine whatsoever, I do not mind people calling me. I like to talk about the machine, so I'll always be here for you once you, well, now that you have the machine. So I hope you enjoy it. Again, I appreciate your business, and I thank you very much.